What's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we'll take a peek over here at the Bitcoin price chart, the Ethereum price chart, the XRP price chart, and the altcoin market. As you can see over here on the right side of the screen, the entire market is green as we're starting off a new week. I've been getting text messages and messages asking me, are we going? Has it begun? Because if we look around, you got things like Solana that are continuing to pump upwards, now up a whopping 107% off the bottom. You got Filecoin up 11% today. Cardano has gone up 45% off the bottom. Cosmos 36, Algorand 28. But one of the ones we've been keeping our eyes on has been Ethereum. So we've been tracking this for several months at this point to get back to the top of this range. We eventually got it, looked for a pullback, got it, looked for sideways. Then the question being, will this thing go for a full breakout through the top of the range, or have the scary sell-off that takes us right back down to these lows once again? As we can see at this point, we're pushing to the top of the range. So I'm getting text messages right now. Are we in breakout? Is it go time? And technically, it's not yet, right? We haven't gotten through the top of the range. If we get through the top of the range, I'll be hooting and hollering and screaming for excitement, but we're just not quite there yet. So you have to say, we're still there. The resistance is still below us. It's not or above us. It's not a breakout just yet. It's more so just kind of getting an excessive push to it. If there ends up being more momentum to crack through that level, you better believe it, I'll get super excited. But as we sit right here underneath it, still the caution out there for me on whether or not there's going to be a deeper pullback still to come. But this is really the area right in here. Ethereum only has, 3 or 4% more to go in order to have a breakout level get crossed. And so that's what we're looking for. If we see some big break come in this market, I will think we're done. It's go time. But as we sit here, this play is still here at this point, so long as we haven't broken out yet. Now, the big thing that happened in markets last week is on Friday, the Dow Jones popped up 700 points. So after being stuck in a range for 3 weeks, it finally breaks out to the top of the range. We actually discussed this at the beginning of the week with the Dow Jones, that it seems the most likely still that there's this fall that's still going to happen here in the Dow. And then the big question is, what happens from here? Does it go on for a 4.236 extension, or is it the beginning of absolute terror for the Dow? Now, we actually drew out this scenario as well, is that there could be a pop-up before it ends up dropping like this. We even saw this happen for Bitcoin back in here. So this was kind of a similar thing happening in here, is that Bitcoin almost got to a 4.236 extension, pulled back, got back into retracement levels, danced around in here with one more pushback down, and then it went on to hit the 4.236 extension. I'm not sitting here saying that's going to happen for the Dow. As we're back into the Fibonacci retracement levels, these are all the worries that happen in here, is that this is a rejection and that we have fallen, retraced, and then you continue falling over. But for those who are looking for a new all-time high and those who are looking for a 4.236 extension, that's structurally the thing that we would likely be looking for, is that there would still be a push down before it could finally go on to attempt to hit it, and then it's lights out. But I'm not going to sit here and predict that that is the case. The big worry here at this point is that we're back at the retracement levels. We can look here at shorter time frames to see what this is looking like in here to break out. And that even if it were bullish, even if it were to go up and break out, is that my thoughts is you'd be finding yourself really in a scenario kind of like this right in here right now. So will crypto follow the stock market? Obviously, it's been one of the weird situations here ever since FTX happened. It's the first time all year of 2022, after following the stock market to the T all year long, even through the Luna and UST collapse, we saw the crypto market deviate from the stock market during the FTX collapse. So did we reach our own exhaustion phase of our own market? We'll have to see. Kind of a weird time, but if we were to anticipate that correlation regains itself, it still seems likely to me there's some type of fall to happen here in the Dow Jones. I mean, if you're bearish and it's in full-blown collapse, well, I mean, it's going to go down. But even in a bull scenario, it seems incredibly likely some type of fall would still end up coming in here. So just keeping that in the back of my thoughts, because I know there's a lot of excitement, because look at all that green on the screen. So I'll work on putting together another video for today, but I'm gonna keep this one relatively brief to start the morning out, because I know there's a lot of excitement, seeing a lot of green out there. I wanted to point out the things that I see is that we haven't gotten to breakout yet. If we wanted breakout, we would still need a little bit more, and you'd probably want to see some oomph come with it too, with more than just a little push, but really a really solid breakout that would come through in there. We can even look here on these bigger time frames to see the 200-day moving average. As we all know, we were touching it back in April of last year. After going over 200 days from touching it, the moment we touched it, the very next day is where CZ Binance made the FTT token announcement, and the FTX collapse proceeded right afterwards. You could see here getting back to this range. Where are we going to again? 200-day moving average, a nice solid crack through all of these levels all at the same time. You better believe it. Blockchain backer bullish horns get displayed for all to see. But right now, we're just not quite there. We're getting close, but I still have to be cautious while we're still right underneath. As for the XRP price chart, it got right back up to the top of its range this morning, but still unable to get through it just yet. Like I've mentioned, my thoughts are still this was the bottom in here, and this grinding can just go on for a little while till we get a full break. But still, I'm in the thoughts. That's the bottom right there. But just like the rest of the market, we can see while there's been positive price action happening here in the market, a breakout did not happen just yet. And I know we think like Solana, you see that big price move. But still, we go back and look, and you still see over here, this is the November 10th height over here that we haven't gotten through yet for Solana. November 10th. What are we talking about for Ethereum over here? This whole area, look at this right over here is November 10th. So, yep, lots of big price action in Solana and other altcoins, but still, it hasn't gotten through breakout levels yet. And I think XRP is kind of corroborating that as well, still finding resistance at levels without real breakouts happening. So still just waiting for more of a convincing move to happen, but we're kind of getting to that resistance level where that can occur at, but we just haven't done it yet. So now it's time to see what's going to happen at the resistance level. And obviously for Bitcoin, it's just not even close to it yet. So I hope that kind of puts things into context of what we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, and where we're at right now is that we are seeing some things move up closer to the top of that November 10th and December 16th, 15th height, like Ethereum and Solana, but none of these things have broken out from there just yet. So technically, we still sit underneath the resistances. We've just gotten really close to them at this point. So now we wait for the market to say, all right, rejection from the resistance or full-blown breakout. But we haven't gotten either one of them yet. That's what we're waiting on now. And we have a couple of things going on in the market today. Well, it's now January 9th. What's happening with Digital Currency Group, right? There was some type of deadline set for January 8th between Gemini and Genesis and Digital Currency Group. What's the resolution to all that? What's going to end up happening with the market? Here we are. We're here. Is there going to be some type of announcement on that today? And then one of the bigger things for XRP community members that have been around for quite a while is that today is the Flare airdrop. Now, that snapshot was taken in December of 2020, about a week prior to the lawsuit from the SEC towards Ripple. Now, I did a live stream during that snapshot when it happened, because typically when we see snapshots happen for airdrops, you see price drop in whatever asset you're supposed to be holding. It usually drops really fast. So I did a live stream during that to see what would happen to the market. It held up okay. I think if we fell like 10 or 15% during that, but it was also my most viewed live stream that I've ever had, where it peaked out with 13,000 people watching live as we were watching this snapshot happen for Flare on XRP. Man, and this was back on December 11th of 2020. Here we are, January 9th of 2023, and the airdrop is happening. So I'll be spending my day looking at that, spending my day looking into what's going on with Digital Currency Group, keeping an eye on the stock market, see what's going to happen there, and see how the cryptos are going to react now that we're getting back near that resistance level, to see if we're going to get a breakout. And I'll try to put together something more today, a little bit more in depth on what's going on with Digital Currency Group, the Flare airdrop, which we've all waited for forever for. I haven't talked about it much over the years just because it seemed like one of these scenarios where it was just going to take forever. But today, it's finally happening, so we'll talk about it. Otherwise, good start to the week. Green price action, just waiting to see, is it going to break out or not? So I'll catch you guys later. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you could be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice, and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.